Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops.
So, you know, the last camp we said he didn't have to, he didn't run that much, so he's running more now. So I think Andre Ward gonna win the fight.
All right, so you got him by decision, knockout. What do you?
I got him by decision. I'm not gonna pick Andre Ward.
Thank you for your time, Errol.
Thank you.
How's it feel getting a new IBF champ, man?
It feels good, but I mean, it's still a lot more to accomplish, man. You know, it's still 3 belts out there. There's still a lot of big names out there. So, you know, I want to be the #1 in the division. You know, it's great to have a belt, but at the end of the day, I want to be the #1 fighter at the welterweight division when they met the welterweight division name. So, I have to be Keith Thurman or Manny Pacquiao or other big names in the division.
How long you up out here for?
Huh?
How long you up out here for?
Oh, I'm leaving tomorrow. 5 days tomorrow, so I gotta get home, man. Play with my kids.
You're not going to the Mayweather gym doing nothing?
Nah, I'm not doing nothing, Mayweather gym.
I want to ask you, man, what's all the hype? Have you seen the Tupac movie yet?
Yeah, I seen the Tupac movie.
What you think on that?
I mean, it's cool. I feel like they crammed his life into that movie. I feel like they should have did more like the New Edition Bobby Brown movie, where they should have, you know, did a little bit more and played out a little bit more, because, you know, I don't feel like you can put his life into 2 hours. And I feel like, you know, it had to be a little bit longer. So, you know, I felt it, but I ain't dig it. It was cool.
Who's Errol Spence's favorite rapper? Who's your go-to? Or you could do a list, because that's kind of hard to narrow it down.
What, of all time?
Yeah, it can be anybody.
It's hard, man. I mean...
You're from Texas. Don't come with any of that chopped and screwed stuff. Give us some real stuff.
Yeah. You like that Scarface?
I'm from Texas, but I was born in New York. I love Scarface. You know,
okay.
You can't go wrong with Scarface. You know, I like PNC too. You know, Jay-Z. You know, of course.
Okay.
I like Kanye.
You like the mumble rappers?
Nah, I don't really dig mumble rappers. I like mumble rappers when I go to the club.
Birdo in the building.
When I go to the club, I love mumble rappers.
Hey, he said he loved the mumble rappers in the club.
I love when I go to the club or something like that. I love
Charlotte.
Can't get you going. But you know, when I'm training or I'm running, you know, I listen to Jay-Z. You know, I like Future. You know, different stuff like that, man. I like Nas.
Oh yeah, okay.
I like who else? J. Cole.
J. Cole's nice.
DJ Cole.
What about Kendrick?
I like Kendrick too. I'm not listening to a lot of his new stuff.
Okay.
Well, I'm like old Kendrick, you know.
Okay.
Just like Kanye, I'm like old Kanye. I'm not really listening to the new stuff.
That's that's fair. Now, speaking of running, I seen you're already kind of training. You look in shape right now as we speak.
Yeah.
Just how has it been, life as a champ, IBF champ? I know this was your dream. You went over and took it in the UK. So, what motivates you to just stay hungry and keep training and stuff?
Just to be the best. You know, I want to fight Keith Thurman. You know, I want to fight Manny Pacquiao. I want to fight the best fighters in my division and become, you know, undisputed champion in the world. So I know it's a lot more work to do. That's why, you know, I'm not just satisfied with winning the IBF title. I want to beat the best. So, you know, that's what motivates me to be hungry. I know it's still a lot of work to be done. Just like when Keith Thurman tweeted me after my fight. So I want to fight him eventually when he become healthy, and, you know, basically if he have a tune-up or whatever. I like to fight him right after, you know, he become healthy.
Now, do you think Keith Thurman would try to pursue you as a comeback fight, coming off an elbow injury? Do you think that would be like a return fight or something probably for a 2018 type of situation?
Probably start for a 2018 type of situation. I don't think he's going to pursue me after you know, elbow surgery, but we'll see. I'll be waiting on him.
And how was your parade? I heard you had a big parade, and you've been well received.
Yeah, the parade been great, man. I've been well received in Dallas. You know, everybody behind me supported me, and you know, hopefully I'll fight in Dallas. But if not, you know, if a Danny Garcia fight happened or something like that, you know, I'll be welcome to fight out of Dallas. But you know, hopefully I can fight in Dallas my next fight.
Do you have a date that you're trying to target to come back? I know you want a hometown fight.
Hopefully September or early October, but in my eyes, hopefully September.
September is?
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask you about the situation. A lot of people have been talking to you. We just talked about it, about the Troy King situation. What have you heard? I guess what came back?
I just heard, you know, you talking a lot of shit and just saying a lot of stuff, but you know, it is what it is, man. You know, if he want to spar, we can get it on. You know, I come to LA, we can lock up, put the gloves on, and get to work. You know what I'm saying? If he really think that, you know, I'm not what I am.
He says you're a good fighter, but he said that the head movement and stuff. Has that always been something you've been criticized on with the head movement?
Because I can move my head, but I'd rather block. But like I said, if you want to get in there, we can spar, we can do it. You know, I don't care what weight class to fight, none of that. I come out to LA. And we can lock horns, whatever you want to do.
Now, the big boxing news this week, Mayweather-McGregor. Yeah. I talked to you about it in Vegas, I think it was last year, and you said you could beat McGregor in sparring. Yeah. So just break down the fight since it's actually a thing. You spar with Floyd.
Yeah. Floyd gonna beat him. You know, I feel like a lot of people ask me that question. I feel like, you know, it's really a question. I mean, a lot of these guys that Floyd fought been fighting since they're 85 years old and dedicated their life to it, and they couldn't beat Floyd. So what you think a guy who, you know, been boxing for a year, and if you watch his sparring match with the guy that I beat, you know, he looked like trash. And, you know, you think he's gonna beat Floyd Mayweather? I don't see it happening at all. I don't see him touching Floyd. So if Floyd wanted to stop him, he can stop him easy. But you know how Floyd is sometimes. He might let it go 12 or whatever the case may be. But I see Floyd winning the fight.
Okay.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Floyd been fighting since he was born to fight. He's been fighting since he was 4 years old. So, I mean, a guy who's been boxing for a year, I don't see him doing nothing with Floyd.
We're expecting him to dominate, but if he doesn't, does that spell bad news for boxing in its image?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't expect Floyd to not lose a round. You know, I expect Floyd to win, and I expect Floyd if Floyd wanted to, he could stop him if he wanted to. I mean, this guy never went 12 rounds before. He never fought at a high pace before, and you know, he's been going 5 rounds in the UFC, so I don't see him doing anything with Floyd at all.
Why do you think fight fans from both? Why do you think fans wanted this fight though?
Because it's a popular fight. You got a guy who talks trash like McGregor. You got a guy who talks trash like Floyd. It'll be, you know, entertaining 24/7 or whatever the case may be, all access. So, you know, but you know, they're both popular in their sport. You know, you're gonna have a lot of guys from Ireland come over and cheer on their guy. But, you know, hardcore boxing fans know that, you know, Floyd Mayweather gonna win this fight.
How much better of a fighter are you from your experience sparring with Floyd? To get ready for Pacquiao?
I'm a way better fighter. You know, just the whole experience and being in camp with Floyd and see how he works, see how he trains, and see how he hit the pads, hit the mitts, and seeing how he trains for a world championship fight, that helped me a lot because I was just watching everything he does, and basically he's like a sponge, just soaking everything in.
What's the one lesson you learned? He said in the past that he thinks you and Canelo is a super fight in the future. You agree with that?
Make it happen. I mean, you know, nothing's impossible, so definitely.
You don't think there's too much of a size discrepancy that would stop that from happening?
No, I mean, me and Canelo stand side by side. You see I'm a taller fighter. I mean, he might be a little bit wider than me, but I'm a taller fighter.
How do you think he does against Triple G?
I think Canelo beat Triple G.
You think he's just Triple G starting to fade a little bit, or Canelo's just a better fighter?
I think Canelo's a better fighter. I think the weight, you know, him moving up in weight helps Canelo a lot. Because I think he had to suck down to get to 154, and you know, I think Canelo just beats him.
Now
he's a better skill fighter there.
You shared the ring with Kell Brook. You were in there. Some people, they say he quit. What is your thought on, like, I guess a fighter feeling the need to retire due to any kind of injury? You put a massive amount of pressure on him in them last couple of rounds. So what's your thought on the quitting thing?
I don't know if he quit. I mean, nobody ever had their eye socket broke. I never had my eye socket broke before and had to fight through that, and somebody punched me in my eye socket. So I'm not gonna say that he quit, but you know, that's a hard fight to judge. A lot of fans saying that he quit, but a lot of fans have been punched in a broken eye socket before. So I can't say that he quit or nothing like that. Only he know he was feeling. And you know, we had judges, and I mean, we have doctors and stuff in the back of his mind saying that, you know, he could have went blind after other eye injury. You know, that's in the back of his mind. So you know, he had to stop the fight. He said he feel like, you know, he could have died. So I mean, it is what it is.
You want the Pacquiao horn winner?
Huh?
Would you like the Pacquiao horn winner?
Yeah, definitely.
Errol, a lot of the criticism that went towards Kell Brook was that he was a very overrated fighter.
Yeah.
Now that you've had close to 11 rounds with him, how does he gauge with everybody else, skill-wise, what you saw him with?
I don't think he's an overrated fighter. Like Kell Brook, he's a big fighter. Like, I mean, me and him, like, basically the same size. He was a little bit bigger than me, like muscle mass-wise. we're basically saying the same thing. He's like probably the bigger fighter in the welterweight division. I don't think anybody's bigger than him. I think I'm probably the second most bigger fighter in the welterweight division. So he's a good fighter, and I rate him high.
How far away do you think we are from a showdown with Keith Thurman for all the belts?
Only Keith Thurman can tell you that. I mean, he come out for surgery right now. He might want to tune up, and then after that, hopefully, we can get on.
A lot of people think he'll want to fight a lefty before he goes right into the ring. Do you think that's what he'll do next?
Oh, I don't care. I mean,
but you don't know. You know what I mean? Just to get ready, he won't want to just jump right in with the southpaw like yourself.
I don't know, but I don't care.
Hey, Errol, let me ask you this, man. What you did was a very hard thing to do, going over there and taking the belt from Cal. How does it feel to be champ now?
It feels good, but I know it's a lot of, it's still a lot of stuff to accomplish. Like I said, there's still a lot of belts out there, still a lot of big names out there. So, I want to be number one in everybody's eyes. So, I have to beat the top fighters in that division. That's something that I'm willing to do.
Do you think that you and Terrence Crawford, that's a fight that's going to happen at some point down the road?
Probably. I mean, Terrence doing the thing at 140. I see Terrence, becoming undisputed, light welterweight champion, then moving up to 147. So, it'll probably happen soon.
I mean, you guys are just both such excellent fighters. How do you think that fight would go? I mean, it's nowhere near, happening, but what do you think would happen?
I think it would be a great fight. Like, Terrence Crawford is a guy who, if he get hit, he gonna bite down. He's gonna, try to hit you back. He's a good fighter and he's a good boxer, but he'll fight if he has to. That's what I respect about him. And I think that'd be a great fight.
Is your size gonna in part be too much for him, you think, if you guys did fight?
I don't know. I think, skills will play a factor, but, it'll happen. It'll happen.
So, what's it looking for your next fight in Dallas? Do you have like a date? Something
no, I don't have a date, nothing like that. But, I mean, if I get a big name, and the big name don't want to come to Dallas, I'm more than welcome to, come out of Dallas and, fight in New York or Vegas or California, anywhere else.
Has anyone been thrown your way to consider?
Nah, not right now. Right now, they put me on a little vacation time, so we'll talk about that in probably about 2 weeks.
Thank you, Rich.
Do you want to fight again?
Well, I'm gonna fight back. Hopefully, I'll have another fight, and if I get an early stoppage or go the distance. But I want to have 2 fights by the end of this year. But if not, I definitely want to have one and then fight early this year.
So it's looking that Sean's gonna have to fight Thurman because it's the mandatory.
Yeah.
So in terms of how you want to schedule it, then you want to have one fight this year, and then the next year you want to wait around for the winner or get another fight again?
If I gotta wait around, I'll get another fight again. But hopefully, Keith Thurman and Sean Porter thing get situated, and I'll fight the winner out of them too. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I want to fight the person who's unified. So if either Sean Porter or if it's Keith Thurman, it is what it is.
Thanks, sir.
Do you consider yourself the best 147 pound? A lot of people, they kind of see that, but do you consider yourself the best? Or do you feel the fights with Thurman, Daniel, and Porter are necessary to consider yourself the best at 147?
Definitely. I feel like the best supposed to fight the best. I haven't fought Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Daniel Garcia yet, so I want to fight them. I consider myself, in my mind, the best 147 pounder in the division, and like I said, I'm willing to prove that. So, it's time to, put my, I've been talking about it, so it's now time to put my actions and fight the best out there in the division.
Are they a level above Brooke, Garcia, Thurman, and Porter?
I don't know that. I gotta wait till I get in the ring with them to see.
What do you make of Oscar De La Hoya? What do you make of Oscar De La Hoya?
I don't make none of it. I mean, that's a good thing. That means, think highly of me, and we'll see.
Has he ever reached out to you or anything?
No, I haven't talked to him at all.
Do you take that as like that acknowledgement? How do you take it?
I feel grateful for somebody. All these fighters, you got Mcgregor, all these great fighters. He mentioned my name, and I feel grateful for it. But, like I said, I have tunnel vision. I know what I want. I know that all the fighters that I want to fight with Al Heyman. So, that's what I'm focused on right now is, cleaning out my division.